Last week we prepared round 2 for sailing by cleaning the hull, and then we sailed to Mustique Island. We went for a tour on the island and got to see some cute animals and many of the beautiful beaches.
En liten babysköldpadda.
Breaking waves now, and very quite likely that there is a reef underneath, so we don't want to do that.
The plan was today to take the dinghy around the corner, around the point out there, but yeah, the swell was a bit too big to go ashore with the dinghy. So we decided to go here instead. There's not many cruisers around here. It's only us now and one charter catamaran.
Vera played with some local kids who were very sweet.
We're about to leave and sail to the island Mayreau, but it is so hot today, so we just had to take a swim first. It's incredibly warm, it's very, very calm, almost really no wind in here, almost, and so humid. We have 20 nautical miles down to Salt Whistle Bay, where we're gonna meet up with our body boat Star and have a goodbye dinner actually tonight, because they've decided to sail back to Europe and Sweden, so they will start heading north from here.
Okay, time to go.
Going fast, doing 7.6 knots with the dinghy on the tow.
The Grenadines is such a nice cruising ground, all within the same country with small hops between the small islands, which makes it really convenient. You don't have to check in and check out. And now, being this late in the season, it's not very crowded either, so it's really a lot of the anchorages. There's not many boats. Most of the European boats are on their way back home, so they're up north in the island chain now, preparing for the leg up to Bermuda or the Azores, back home to Europe. So down here in the south it's getting less and less crowded. It's more the boats that are heading out of the hurricane area down to Grenada, and some of the boats that are heading west, they're probably staying more in the ABC Islands like we are going to do in Curacao.
Awesome sailing.
You see any goats?
No. Only birds. But they have a sign there. Some blue-black background with a white text. That's the only I can see. Now we're in the lee of the island. The wind went down.
Yeah, around 10-11 nautical miles to go. So halfway there. So we're just passing by Canoan now. We're at the northwestern corner of the island. And there's a hazard warning 1 mile ahead here saying that there's heavy seas. When an east-going tidal stream sets to windward against a strong prevailing wind, a heavy confused sea is caused up the northwest extremity of the island. And then another one has commented on that, saying that that's probably an understatement. So it will be interesting to see how big and confused the seas can be, really. I mean, it's like normal trade winds today, 16 to 18 knots. This guy said he sailed there when it was 8 to 10 knots of wind, and but the seas were very confused.
We're sailing right in this spot now where the warning was, and
Small exertion.
yeah, there's some wind gusts, probably from the little hills. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now something is happening. Oh, it's just the wind shifter.
Yeah.
The wind is shifting quite a bit now because of the island, both in speed and angle. It's going more into the wind now. It's quite interesting. We just passed by this cruising cat. I guess it's 45-foot cruising cat, a lagoon. And they're not very fast, and we're not even close hauled.
Now we have some sporty upwind sailing. Johan is stationed back at the main sheet, letting out and taking in the main, so we can release the pressure when a wind gust comes and then tightening it again. Doing 8 knots. I guess he's competing with the catamaran now. Are you competing with the catamaran?
A little bit.
They're gaining a little bit on us. When we're like heeling 20 to 30 degrees now, and the catamaran, you can't even see that it's heeling 1 degree. So different.
I regret we had the dinghy on the tow.
We just reefed a little on the main because there was too much pressure in the mainsail. Vera is asleep and I'm holding on here, and it's heeling a lot.
We're keeping even steps at the moment. They're a bit behind us, and we only have 0.9 nautical miles left. So I'm betting on that we will win. I don't know if he's racing though.
We should go by them later and say thanks for a good race, and they would probably say what?
We made it first into the bay and found a spot to anchor among all the mooring balls.
It was a fast sail. It took us less than 3 hours, 20 nautical miles, making an omelette for lunch. Vera is chopping the vegetables.
Star arrived in the anchorage and we headed to shore for lobster dinner.
So last night we had booked this lobster dinner in one of the places here on the beach with Mr. Lördag. That's his name, which means Mr. Saturday. Lördag is Saturday in Swedish, and he really likes Sweden. He had these big Swedish flags in there. And we had been recommended that he makes the best lobster here in Saltwhistle Bay. And it was really good. It was. So we've said goodbye to Star. They're sailing north right now, heading for St. Martin, and then they're sailing back to Europe. That's sad. We've been following each other for many months, but we just said, see you later. We'll see you somewhere else. Mayreau is the smallest inhabited island here in the Grenadines. There only live around 270 people here, and they didn't have electricity on the island up until 2002. So it's a tiny island. There is like one little village which is unnamed, and here in Saltwhistle Bay there are not many people living. It's not a village. It's just a few huts or houses here on the beach. So we are now in the far north of the island. I think the whole island is maybe 2 nautical miles long or something.
It's windy today, and it's going to be even more tomorrow. So out there lies Tobago Keys, and our initial plan was to go out there tomorrow, but now I think we'll wait because it's so windy, so you can't hardly swim out there when it's this much wind. So I think we'll stay in here on the leeward side of the islands. Pick a couple of anchorages, and then the wind is supposed to come down again at the end of the week in a few days, and then we go out to Tobago Keys.
Around the hill to the left of the bay lies Toisante Bay, a bay that we found to be completely empty on boats.
We're hanging out in this beach resort here today. It's beautiful and it's pretty amazing because they have several moorings out here and you can use them for free, and we're the only boat here. And just half a nautical mile around the corner in Saw Whistle Bay there's like 20 boats. So it's quite, I guess it's much more popular over there. But the resort here, they let you use their facilities if you buy something in the bar or eat something. There's actually a Swedish couple who is managing this resort like from November until end of April. So they just left the place, which was sad we didn't get to meet them. And I read that there was a Swedish guy who did this interior here. It's really nice.
We can't understand why not more people come to this bay, since it was so peaceful and pretty here. So make sure to stop here if you're sailing in the area. Thanks for watching. If you want more from us, you can join our Patreon crew where you get to stay in direct contact with us and get all the latest news. See you next week.